Assalamu alaikum. A quiet night and a deep thought. It was a calm and silent night. The whole house was asleep. The lights were off and only the soft moonlight was entering through the window. Haris was sitting alone near that window, looking up at the sky filled with stars. Everything around him was quiet, but inside his heart there was a storm of thoughts. He kept asking himself, can I also do something meaningful in my life? Can I become someone close to Allah? Or will I just live an ordinary life without purpose? Haris was not from a rich family. He did not have expensive clothes or special talents that made him famous. He was just a simple boy with simple dreams. But one thing made him different. His heart was sincere. He truly wanted to improve himself. He wanted to become better. Not for people, but for Allah. That night, while staring at the sky, he realized something important. Big changes do not start with big actions. They start with small decisions. And that thought changed everything. The first promise. With a strong but quiet determination, Haris made a promise in his heart. From tomorrow I will never miss Fajr prayer. It sounded like a small goal. Many people pray 5 times a day, but for Haris, waking up for Fajr regularly was not easy. He loved sleeping, especially in the cold mornings. He did not announce his decision to anyone. He did not post about it or tell his friends. This promise was only between him and Allah. He felt a little scared. What if he failed? What if he could not stay consistent? But then he reminded himself, I am not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to take one small step. With that thought, he went to sleep, holding his new intention tightly in his heart. The cold morning test. The next morning, the adhan echoed in the silence of dawn. The air was cold. His blanket felt warm and comfortable. His eyes were heavy. A whisper came into his mind. Sleep a little more. You can start tomorrow. For a few seconds, he almost gave up. But then he remembered his promise. Slowly, he sat up. His body felt tired, but his heart felt awake. He went to make wudu. The cold water touched his face and hands. It was uncomfortable but refreshing. Then he quietly walked toward the mosque. The streets were empty. The sky was still dark. His steps were small, but each step felt powerful. When he stood in prayer, he felt something different. A connection. A peace he had never felt before. The peace of first success. After finishing the prayer, Haris walked out of the mosque. The sun was slowly rising. The sky was turning orange and pink. Birds were beginning to fly. He took a deep breath. His heart felt light. He felt proud, not in an arrogant way, but in a peaceful way. He had won his first battle against laziness. It was not a huge achievement in the eyes of the world. No one clapped for him. No one even knew. But in his heart, it felt like a mountain had moved. He understood that success is not always loud. Sometimes it is silent and personal, a mother's smile and dua. When Haris returned home, his mother noticed something unusual. You woke up early? She asked gently. Yes, I went to the mosque, he replied with a shy smile. Her eyes filled with happiness. She placed her hand on his head and said, May Allah give you success in this world and the hereafter. Those words touched his heart deeply. A mother's dua is powerful. He felt stronger after hearing it. That day, he realized that his small step was not only changing him, it was bringing joy to his family too. 1 verse a day. A few days later, Haris decided to take another small step. He opened the Quran after Fajr. Instead of reading many pages, he chose to read just 1 verse and understand its meaning. The verse was simple, but its message was deep. It spoke about patience and trust in Allah. He thought, if I read 1 verse daily, in 1 year I will learn so much. So he continued. 1 verse every day. Slowly, the Quran started to feel like a guide in his life. Whenever he felt confused or sad, the words gave him comfort. Again, it was a small action, but its impact was big. facing people's words. Not everyone understood his change. Some friends laughed at him. "Now you have become very religious?" They joked. Their words hurt him. For a moment he felt embarrassed. He wondered if he was doing too much. But then he asked himself, "Am I doing this for people or for Allah?" The answer was clear. So he smiled and stayed silent. He did not argue. He did not show anger. He simply continued his journey. And with time, even his friends noticed that he was calmer and more respectful than before. Sudden hardship. One afternoon, unexpected news came. His father lost his job. The house became quiet. His mother looked worried. Bills were waiting to be paid. Expenses did not stop. Haris felt fear in his heart. He wanted to help, but he was still a student. For the first time, he felt truly helpless. But instead of losing hope, he remembered the small steps he had been taking. Tears and sujud. That night, while everyone was asleep, Haris stood for prayer. He raised his hands and made dua with full sincerity. "O Allah, you are the provider. Please help us." Then he went into sujud and cried. His tears fell on the prayer mat. It was not a long speech, just simple words from a broken heart. It was the most sincere prayer of his life. Mercy arrives. A few days later, good news came. His father got a new job, better than the previous one. The house was filled with relief and gratitude. His mother smiled again. His father thanked Allah again and again. Haris felt something powerful inside him, certainty. He understood that Allah listens. He whispered in his heart, "This is not because of me. This is Allah's mercy. One good deed daily." After that experience, Haris made another rule. One good deed every day. Some days he gave food to someone in need. Some days he helped an elderly man cross the road. Some days he cleaned the mosque quietly without telling anyone. He did not wait for big opportunities. He looked for small ones. These small deeds slowly shaped his character. A true sacrifice. One day his close friend could not pay his school fee. He looked stressed and hopeless. Haris had been saving money for something he wanted to buy. Without thinking too much, he gave all his savings to his friend. His friend was shocked. "What about you?" he asked. Haris replied softly, "What is given for Allah is never wasted." In that moment, he felt richer than ever before. A changed personality. Years passed. Haris became known as an honest and kind person. Teachers trusted him. Neighbors respected him. But inside, he remained humble. He remembered where he started. A simple boy making a small promise at night. He continued protecting his intention. He always asked himself, "Am I still doing this for Allah?" The day of achievement. Eventually, Haris completed his education and got a good job. His parents were proud. Their sacrifices had paid off. But when he looked back, he realized that his biggest success was not his job. It was his connection with Allah. That connection gave him peace no salary could buy. A message to the youth. One day, Haris spoke to a group of young people. He said, "I did not change my life in one day. I only took small steps, Fajr prayer, one verse daily, one good deed daily. And those small steps led me to a big destination." There were tears of gratitude in his eyes. He ended with these words, "Do not wait to become perfect. Just take one sincere step today." Ending. This story reminds us that greatness does not come from one big action. It comes from small, consistent steps taken with sincerity. If you like this story, please like it and share it with others so this message can reach more hearts. May Allah give us the strength to take small but consistent steps toward Him. Remember, one small step today can lead to a big destination tomorrow.